Did you know that the way you start your day can control how you will live the rest of the day? Which means if your morning is positive, you're more likely to have a positive day. If your day is negative, then you're more likely to have a negative day. Now, whether you believe it or not, to some extent, this is true. And this is one of the philosophies or one of the practices that Robin Sharma preaches. Now, Robin Sharma, if you haven't heard, he is the author of these amazing books called Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, The 5 a.m. Club, and Who Will Cry When You Die, and a lot of bestsellers. He is someone who interviews a lot of productive people, successful CEOs or athletes, and brings you their practices backed by science to help you lead an amazing life. Now, with that said, we will be covering one of his famous routines that he speaks about in his book, The 5 a.m. Club, called 20-20-20 Principle. This is an amazing principle that will transform your day. So let's begin. Hello guys, welcome to Models of Excellence, where we tell you tools, strategies and techniques to help you lead an excellent life. Before I start, here's what you need to know. Go on Google or Facebook or Instagram and search for Robin Sharma or the 5 a.m. Club or something like that, and you will see the amount of people who have had benefit from this. This is not something that he's just putting it out there. He also has scientific backing for this. So what you are about to learn is something that works. People have tried it, people have found results. So pay attention and remember, if you use this, I'm very sure you will see results too. So what is this 20-20-20 principle? So 20-20-20 principle is basically division of time. 20 minutes, 20 minutes and 20 minutes on how you should spend your morning. So the first 20 minutes is through exercise. Now why is exercise important for you? When you exercise in the morning, according to what he wrote, according to his research, there's something called as BDNF that gets released in your brain, which can improve your neural connection, which means it can improve your brain health. The other two chemicals also get released when you exercise. One is dopamine. The second one is called as serotonin. Serotonin is happy hormone and dopamine is motivation neurotransmitter. Which means after you exercise for the first 20 minutes, you are in a feel-good state and you are also improving your brain health and you are not sleepy anymore. You're very active. So that's the first one. The second 20 minutes. The second 20 minutes is where you spend on contemplation. Now you know what? If you read philosophers, Greek philosophers or even Indian philosophers or even yogis, people who did yoga, Swamijis, one common practice that a lot of them had is called contemplation, which means they have some time where they study and the rest of the time they contemplate, they try to understand what it really means. For example, you could read about some formula in maths or some formula in physics. After reading it, you can sit down and think, how will this work in real life? What does it really mean? What is happening here? Something like that. You contemplate. So here he gives his practice of contemplation, where you contemplate on your goals. What goals do you have? What is the agenda for the day and things like that. Why? Because simple. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And when your focus is on things that matter to you, something that's important for you in your life at that time, your energy flows there and you're more likely to do it. If you focus on your goals, you're less likely to sit around and just watch Netflix, and you're more likely to get up and start that work, which means you live a more productive life. You're more likely to achieve a lot more. The third 20 minutes. The third 20 minutes is where it's a time for learning and growing. Now if you're not growing, you're going backwards. If you're not improving, you're going backwards. This is one of the top tennis players. I can't remember the name. He was the one who told this. Right? He said he's not improving. He feels like he's moving backward because everybody else is moving forward. And we know that you need to learn, because every 6 months or so, or every month, there's something new that's being found. People are discovering new things, learning new things. In this day and age, where improvement is very necessary, growth is very necessary, sitting and not growing is very bad. So he says the last 20 minutes should be invested in learning something new. It could be reading a book, it could be listening to a podcast, it could be taking a course. But the last 20 minutes of the day in the morning has to be spent on learning and growing. Now another reason it also works is because when you focus on your goal, the first 20 minutes you spend on exercise, so you are in a good mood. The second 20 minutes, you're focused and thought a lot about what do you want in your life, what's your goal, what is your goal for the day. And because of that, when you're learning something, you try to imagine how it might be relevant to your life. For example, if your goal is to, let's say, launch a podcast, maybe you want to start a podcast. Podcast is like similar to video, but it's a content in audio form. You might want to interview a guest, right? You might be contemplating about, let me start a podcast, let me think about a guest. And then let's say you read a book on whatever, some health or something in the last 20 minutes. You think about how you can get that guest here, or how you can talk about health, how you can do something about health. So that's the way this will actually help you do a lot better when they're stacked together. 20-20-20. So this is the 20-20-20 formula. If you felt like this is something that could really improve your life, if you also want me to look at other people's formats or other people's principles, then you can drop their principle or their name in the comments below. I'll check it out. If you felt like you found some value from this video, then leave a like, hit that subscribe button. And this is Abhishek signing off. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.